If you find your mind to be cluttered, it can be sometimes very hard to make good decisions or put out the best work at something that you're passionate about. So I want to share these next 10 minutes of conscious walking with you, which can help you to bring your mind back to the stuff that actually matters. So if you're on the way to work or just taking a break or maybe on your way home, this is the perfect routine to get more rooted. So whenever you're ready, we can start walking to your next destination. And to start with, I want you to be aware of your visual field. As we're walking, obviously, pay a little bit of attention also to your surroundings. And please take the instructions as nudges and keep an eye out while you walk. This is intended to integrate into the walking and not be the only point of focus. As you're walking, the first thing we're going to notice is colors. So I would like you to shift attention more to noticing the colors around you. It might be useful to look around and to label what you see in front of yourself, and it might help you to find more focus if you just say in your mind the color that you're seeing, simply as a matter to direct focus. And as you keep walking, you might be distracted by something around you, which is fine. If you notice you're not looking at the colors anymore, you're not paying attention to colors anymore, just shift your attention back. Just taking steps forward and seeing what's red around you. You maybe spot some green surfaces. Maybe anything white around you. And just whenever you notice you got distracted by something around you, doesn't matter if it's a thought or something in your environment, just come back to consciously noticing colors as you walk. And from here, we're gonna transition to the peripheral vision, so the edges of your visual field. For this one, it's useful if you want to look straight ahead, but whenever you need to look around to take care of your environment, please do so. It's no strict rule to look anywhere specific, but see if you can take note of what's happening on the left side of your visual field, not by rotating your eyes there, but by noticing what's on the edge, what's happening there. What's the movement of your environment like? And as you keep walking, just shift to the right side. What's on the right side of your visual field? Can you see what's passing by? We're doing the same thing for the top. It might be a bit harder because there's less things changing, and we're used to focus on bottom, left or right. Just seeing if you can gaze the sky without directly looking there. Just taking note of what's on the top of your visual field. And as we move forward in this practice, shift awareness now to the bottom of the visual field and see if you can maybe see your feet walking. Can you maybe make out any details on the ground without looking there, but just paying attention to what is on the ground while you look straight ahead? If you get distracted, again, just gently nudge your attention back to the bottom of your visual field. The goal of this practice is not to eliminate distractions, but rather to notice when you got distracted and to just go back to where you wanted to put your attention intentionally. So it doesn't really matter if it's something in your environment or a thought or feeling, anything that comes up and takes up attention. Just notice you were distracted, you were shifting attention unconsciously to that thing. Just noticing and bringing it back. All right, we're gonna release the visual field. Feel free to just look naturally. And we're gonna feel more into the body movements now. Again, pay attention to your surroundings. These are two different senses. You have the visual field, and you're gonna walk and look around just normally. But see if you can feel your feet. Can you take note of the right and the left foot whenever they touch the ground? It might be helpful to slightly slow down your pace and just try to be a little bit more curious what it feels on the sole of your foot. Maybe you can even feel your whole shoe surrounding your foot. Can you feel the space between your toes? And we're walking up a little bit with our attention to the hip area. I'm just taking note of how your hips move. For some people, it might be back and forth. Other people, it might be up and down. Or maybe it's straight. It's fine as well. So this is not about changing the way you walk. It's about noticing how you walk while you're walking. You don't need to correct or label anything that you see. It's an exercise of paying attention, and however you walk right now is fine. You don't need to adapt your pace or your movements in any way. So for the next one, we're gonna shift attention even higher to your chest area. This one might be a bit tricky because if you practiced meditation before, the breath is usually something that you exclusively focus on in formal mindfulness practice, but we're integrating this into the walking. So see if you can keep aware of the surroundings while you walk. Just do your thing, but feel your breath. Feel how your chest expands and contracts as you breathe in and as you breathe out. The whole point of this is really to show you that being mindful is not separate from daily life. You don't need to sit down on a cushion in order to find clarity or mindfulness. It's just there.
And as you focus on that breath, see if you can just be a little bit more curious how the chest moves, and maybe even in connection to your whole body while you're moving. It's just knowing what you're doing while you're doing it and simply becoming aware of that. So we are approaching the end of this practice. If you want to stay a little bit longer with the breath, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, there will be more content bringing these kind of practices in connection with the things that we do in our daily life. So if you found this useful, please check out this channel, and I will see you next time.